Hello, Arrow of Light Scouts. It's Carl welcoming you back to this final segment for the Arrow of Light adventure, Building a Better World. We hope you've enjoyed the first two segments where we've talked about the history of the U.S. flag. We talked about how to display the flag, and we actually demonstrated a flag ceremony for you so that you'll have an idea of when you're called on to help with a flag ceremony of what you need to do. In our second segment, we had the opportunity to visit with Mayor Harold Sloan from Louisa, Kentucky. Well, we appreciate him taking time to visit with us and to share with you his role as mayor of Louisa and some of the things that he does as mayor, and of course, to talk about your rights, your duties, your responsibilities as a good citizen. So, in this segment, we want to talk about the optional requirements 5 and 6 for this particular adventure of building a better world. Uh, Requirement 5 talks about you being an active leader. And the requirement is for you to plan an event or an activity without the help of your den leader that your den can participate in. Now, it can be anything that you might want it to be. It could be a hike, could be a fishing expedition or a fishing derby. It could be some other type of outing that you and your den want to participate in. The object here is for you to plan this out, work up the plan for it, and then share that with your den leader. And if it works out, perhaps you and your other scouts in your Arrow of Light den will actually have an opportunity to do that activity before you cross over to a troop. Requirement 6 deals with us reaching out to the world around us. And in requirement 6A, option there, talks about finding out about scouts in other countries. Because scouting certainly is a worldwide movement. And there's certainly, with the permission of your parents or your guardians, you have the opportunity to use the internet to learn about scouting in other countries. Most other countries that have scouting programs do have some type of internet presence where you can learn something about the scouting programs there. Another part of this requirement talks about perhaps setting up a display for the World Friendship Fund. The World Friendship Fund is something that's distinct to the Boy Scouts of America. It's a program that we've had for many years where at different types of events that may occur, we can we can collect some money, and then we can send that into the National Council office, and they use that to help support scouting in other countries around the world. There's a lot of countries that aren't as fortunate as the United States. And so a lot of times those scouts need assistance just to buy uniforms, to buy handbooks, to buy other program materials to have available for the scouts in those countries. And the World Friendship Fund is a good way for us to reach out to those councils in these other countries to provide assistance in their scouting programs. One of the other items that's a part of requirement 6 is to contact scouts or be able to speak to scouts in other places. And it suggests that you do that through the Jamboree on the air or perhaps the Jamboree on the internet. Now, Jamboree on the air and Jamboree on the internet is an annual activity that the Boy Scouts of America participates in, usually held the third Saturday each year in October. And it's a great opportunity for you to get with a ham radio operator. Perhaps there's an amateur radio club in your community that will participate in the program, and they will make contact with other ham radio operators around the world or across the United States. And you'll be able to actually talk with scouts somewhere else by radio during the Jamboree on the air. The Jamboree on the internet is very similar, except it's done, of course, on the internet rather than via radio. So those are a couple of good opportunities. Again, those are held in October of each year. So you might want to plan for that. And those are opportunities that are available not just for Cub Scouts and Webelos Scouts, Arrow Light Scouts, but also for members of Scouts BSA troops and venture crews to participate in as well. So this will wrap up our presentations for the Arrow of Light adventure, Building a Better World. There are some things that you need to do in order to receive credit for this particular adventure. So we hope you'll take the time to pursue those, complete this adventure so you can complete your Arrow of Light requirements. Thanks. And remember, it's great to be alive in Scouting.